Good morning. Today is October 17th, and you're listening to the greatest love story taken from Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 3, where God said, "I have loved thee with an everlasting love." Please take a moment, and if you have members within your household, kindly ask them to join us. And while you're doing that, I'll be giving some updates. Next Sunday, we're going to have a program about life after the flood. And then the following Sunday is going to be the program that we've been speaking about, John the Baptist. And it deals with things from the Old Testament, some prophecies concerning John the Baptist, and then as he fulfilled those things. And so he is a major character in the Bible. And then the following week is going to be a lesson about the give me that old time religion. And so I hope that you'll be inviting others to tune in and join us and listen to these broadcasts, and also hopefully that they'll stay with us, and that going forward that we can build up as many as we can, because each and every soul is so precious, so important. So please let us reach out to others. Today we're going to do a little bit of a review and then pick up with Noah and the flood. And so if you will, please close your eyes at this time. And you remember how that you overheard a conversation that God had with Noah, that in the scripture it indicated that it repented God that he had made man, this after him seeing all the violence in this world, and that every imagination of the thoughts of mankind was only evil continually. And so God decided to destroy the earth with water, but Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations. And so as God is talking to Noah, giving him instructions about building the ark, you've been walking along, taking a stroll, and then you overhear God talking to Noah. And then when the conversation is over, you realize that that is a lot for Noah to digest. And so you leave, and then you come back 3 days later, and Noah is busy at work. And at this point, as we went over last week, you introduce yourself, and Noah asks you what you're going to be doing for the next 100 years. And you indicate, I'm going to help you build this ark. And so you go in behind Noah as he's building the ark, and then you add the pitch within and without as God had instructed. And as we indicated, that is a tarry-like substance. And so now 100 years have gone by, and then you've gathered the food. And so then God tells Noah for him and his household to go into the ark. But first, he also indicated that concerning his creation, that he would gather those by sevens that were clean, both the male and the female, and then those of among his creation that was not clean, to the male and the female. And so you see them going into the ark, and there's plenty of room. And you remember how that we indicated that it was 1,556 years is all that it took for God to see all the corruption in this world. And then also the dynamics of the ark, the proportions that we gave. And it ranged anywhere from over 510 feet in length to over 50 feet in height and over 75 feet in width. And it could be upwards of 800 feet in length, and then also 80 feet in height and 85 feet in width. So somewhere in that range, but even on the low end, it would be the length of at least 1.5 football fields. So that is how huge the ark was. And so now the creation of God has come aboard, and then members of Noah's family board the ark, and then you and Noah are left, and you look at Noah and you say, go ahead, I'm right behind you. And so then you follow Noah and you get on board the ark, and then suddenly you hear God close the door. And then it begins raining for 40 days and 40 nights. It is very heavy. And then the trees and the hills, they become covered in water, and then the water keeps coming down, and then even the mountains are covered. And so it rained for 40 days and 40 nights, and then when it stopped, there were still 150 days that the water prevailed upon the face of the earth. And so then, during all this time, each of you are very busy feeding God's creation and then eating yourselves. And then also, while you're doing that, you talk to each other, and then you begin singing praises to God, and then also praying to God, thanking Him for salvation. And so then next Sunday, we're going to pick up from this point and talk about life after the flood. But in closing, I want to thank you for being the wonderful person that you are. And I know many of you that are listening and many that are not, but I know that you have a deep, abiding love for God. And I hope that you'll use that to reach out to others. And there's going to be people that have heavy hearts that only you can reach. And you may be that silver lining in their cloud, and you may be that spark that will lead them to Jesus Christ. And also, finally, I want to ask this question. If America was present during the time of Noah, and then God was going to destroy the earth by the flood, how many among Americans would come on board the ark, and then even worldwide, and how many would be left behind? And when God closed the door of that ark, it was the time of ending for salvation. And so it is that even now we face death and we face judgment. And at the second coming of Jesus Christ, we face that judgment day. And where shall we be when that door is closed? And so let us make sure of our salvation. Thank you for tuning in this morning. And also thanks to Randall and Deborah. And I hope that you will continue listening to WACQ Radio throughout the entire week. And so until next Sunday, take care and God bless.